Good afternoon. Today, we are going to be talking about the phases of the moon. These are also known as lunar phases. Lunar phases are based on what part of the moon we can see here on Earth. As time passes by, the phases of the moon change and appear to be in different stages. Keep in mind that there are 8 basic stages of the moon. First, let's go over some basic vocabulary. Lunation. Lunation is the time required for the moon to move to the same position as seen by us on Earth. Now, we can get into the 8 stages. The first stage I wanted to talk about is the full moon. The full moon is fully lit and all of it can be seen from Earth. Another stage is the first quarter. The first quarter is when half of the moon is lit and it appears to become less visible over time. The new moon is one we all may be familiar with. It is when the moon is not visible at all. It's crazy, I know, but it is still very much there. There's just not shine on it from the sun. The third quarter is just like the first quarter, except for a few conditions. The third quarter does appear to be half visible, but as time progresses, it will become more visible over time. Those are half of the stages, so let's do a little quiz. What moon phase is this? What about this one? Take a look. Which moon phase is this? And what about this moon phase? For the answers, keep listening until the end of the video. Our next moon phase is a waxing gibbous. This means that the moon is becoming more and more visible and it's almost a full moon. A waxing crescent typically occurs after a new moon. This is when we can see a tiny sliver of the moon. Next is a waning gibbous. This is when the moon is becoming less and less visible, but it still looks full. And lastly, we have the waning crescent. In this moon phase, we can see a tiny sliver of the moon before a new moon. Now that we've went over all of our moon phases, let's take our second quiz. What moon phase is this? What about this one? Take a look at this moon phase. Which is it? And lastly, look at this moon phase. Now it's time for those answers. Check all the answers on the screen to see if you got them correct. Thanks for watching.